Hey, this is Mary at Fredericksburg Fitness Studio, and I'm going to show you a pretty good introductory cardio that does require a lot of upper body strength if you're doing it in the right position. So it's something that don't jump into if you don't have at least a moderate degree of fitness under your belt already. I'm not advising that a beginner actually try this, even though I will show you a beginner, intermediate, and advanced level. Again, you need to have a little bit of moderate physical fitness already in place before you attempt this exercise. Without further ado, this is called a floor hop. And again, I'm showing you it in 3 different ways. Now, let's go with our basic position. We will use the same basic position for all 3 intensity levels, and that position is, you're going to place your hands directly under your shoulders. Now, they're not going to move at all during this exercise. And when you do this exercise, when we move into our next position, it's very, very important that you keep your body weight over your hands. So that means your shoulder and your hands are going to take up the majority of your body weight, which relieves it off of your feet, and you'll understand that in a minute. Another thing that's very important to remember is you must keep your elbows locked. You cannot do that while you're doing this exercise, because there's only one, well, there's actually nothing between you and the floor if you do that. You're going down. Okay, so now we have our hand position. Now we're going to go ahead and move into the actual exercise, the floor hop. Put your hands in the proper position, directly under your shoulders, lock the elbows. Now what I want you to do is come up on your toes. Now notice how bent my knees are. I do not have straight legs, and I am not extended. I'm rather in a tuck position with bent knees. This is the position you will stay in for all 3 levels of this exercise. All right, getting back into that position, elbows locked, hands under shoulder, knees are tucked, I'm pretty much up on my toes. I'm going to step off to the side of the mat. Getting back in position, my beginner level is basically just step over the mat and step back. Over the mat and back. Now that's pretty easy, isn't it? But I do think you need to be proficient in doing that level of this exercise before you move up to intermediate, because at the beginner level is where you learn how to keep your body weight over your hands and shoulders. You cannot be in this position and do it. You will not last long. And also, it's very hard on your back. So to relieve that, get back in that position. We move on to our intermediate. Intermediate is the same as your basic beginner, except we're hopping over the mat. Lightly hop. You shouldn't hear, nope, it has to be a very light hop. If I hear a lot of sound from your feet, I know that you do not have your body weight over your hands. You're moving back and putting your shoulders at an angle, and again, that's not safe. Okay. Now we have beginner, intermediate. Let's move on to the big time. Here we go, advanced. Both feet on one side, both feet move to the other side. Back and forth. Just like that. Now notice, I'm going to show you a side angle of this exercise. And I want you to pay close attention to where my shoulders stay throughout the exercise. This is going to give you a much better visual. Notice. My shoulders stay over my hands the entire time. Okay, that's pretty much a good visual and a good verbal explanation. Remember, that's floor hops. And again, always start your exercises at the lowest possible level, which is beginner. It's very important with this exercise to do beginner, because that is where you learn how to keep shoulders over your hands, and that's probably the most important aspect of this exercise. I hope you have a good time. Remember, take it systematically and progressively. Excuse me. Beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Be safe, enjoy it.